So the iPhone 15 Pro has just officially came out. So let's go and see how it compares against the older iPhone 11 Pro, which is very interesting because this is actually I would say the last perfect phone I've used before my 13 Pro was probably the 11 Pro, which I had an amazing time with. And the 15 Pro I'm about to switch over to very soon. So let's go and see how both of these iPhones compare. If you want to pick up some iPhones I would recommend buying this year, links will be down in the description. You can get them from there and you can help support the channel at the same time. Now, starting off with the outside, you can definitely tell that both these iPhones are a little different, but there's still a lot of overlap between them. The iPhone 11 Pro that came out back in 2019 had a very good 5.8-inch Super Retina OLED display, and it was a good panel. I think it was very good at the time. 60 hertz panel, not curved display, but curved like sides, which kind of felt really nice in the hand. Notch up top, but overall, still a very familiar design. Like it still looks pretty much the same as the iPhone 10. But I like this design a lot, mostly because of the back of this phone, but still a very, very good looking phone nonetheless, and I still think it holds up quite well in this day and age. Now, with the iPhone 15 Pro, on the other hand, this is definitely a newer design. This thing on the front has a 6.1-inch Super Retina XDR OLED display, and with this type of panel, with this type of phone, you're definitely getting the overall bigger display. It's also having that dynamic island, which is honestly a very nice touch as well. Dynamic island is nice. I think hole punch, smaller hole punch would be nicer. But the big thing here is that you are getting ProMotion on this display, which is amazing. Having ProMotion is a very nice touch, and I definitely love having that type of capability on this type of device, which is very, very cool. So, in terms of that on the outside, definitely the iPhone 15 Pro wins. The rest of the body is fairly different between them because on the 15 Pro this year we have titanium with like the non-reflective side. This is the first time in a long time on the Pro models we haven't had a reflective material on the side. The volume buttons, you have the ringer switch on the iPhone 11 Pro. On the iPhone 15 Pro, we have the little like whatever this is, the action button, which is really nice. So that is definitely something that's really cool. The action button is configurable, so that's another thing that's really nice on both as well. The 11 Pro actually had a SIM card tray, which is actually very interesting. The iPhone 15 Pro does not. On the bottom though, probably one of the bigger changes this year. You see with the iPhone 11 Pro, we had that lightning port at the very bottom. The iPhone 15 Pro has that USB-C port. So that in and of itself is a very, very cool thing that we have on the iPhone 15 Pro. I still think lightning is very good for the time being. I don't think there's too many changes here, but still, USB-C is very nice, and I definitely like having USB-C over the iPhone 11 Pro's lightning port. On the back, slight differences here too, but still for a 2019 phone, the iPhone 11 Pro being like 4 years old, it's holding up quite well. You have triple camera setups on the backside of both of these, which like I mentioned before is very nice. You're having that MagSafe capability on the back of the 15 Pro, wireless charging on the back of both of these, IP certification on the back of both of these as well. Lots and lots of overlap, which is really nice, but you are definitely getting, in my opinion, the overall better built phone on the iPhone 15 Pro. But it's very crazy to me that the 11 Pro, for how old this phone is still holding up this well. I mean, when I hold both these phones in the hand, definitely the iPhone 15 Pro, I don't even know if it feels way more premium. Like, I think the 11 Pro in some ways definitely feels a little bit more premium, especially with that gold color that I got of the 11 Pro. So, on the outside, that kind of covers it up here. Now, in terms of software and longevity, this is like not a big difference, but it could be a small minor one. You're probably getting the overall better, I guess, longer lasting phone in the 15 Pro, whichever way you look at it. Software updates, years from now, everything. The 15 Pro is probably going to last probably more years longer than the iPhone 11 Pro did, just my assumption. But I think the 11 Pro is still going to be getting iOS 18, maybe even iOS 19 if we're lucky. So we're still here for the next couple of generations of software. I think that's a really, really big thing. And I think that in and of itself is a very cool thing. So when I look at a device like the iPhone 11 Pro, that stands to me that this is probably going to be a device that's going to be here still for a couple of years. But it's quite honestly, the 15 Pro is going to be the one that would make the most amount of sense for me to recommend to people. So that kind of covers it up there. Now let's go into a speed comparison between both these devices. The 15 Pro has that Apple A17 Pro chip inside of it with 8 gigabytes of RAM, but the iPhone 11 Pro has that Apple A13 Bionic chip inside of it with 4 gigabytes of RAM. So let's go and see which one's the faster phone between both. Okay, there we go. All the apps are cleared out in the background, so let's get into it. 11 Pro is here, 15 Pro is here. Phone calls 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Music 3, 2, 1. Okay, about the same thing. App Store 3, 2, 1. Okay, iPhone 15 Pro, pretty good there, but the 11 Pro, was definitely slower. Scrolling through, I don't even know if the 120 hertz is a massive difference here, if I'm being honest. I would definitely say and argue that the iPhone 15 Pro is definitely faster, but kind of the same thing. Clock 3, 2, 1. Totally messed that one up there as well. Camera, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Photos, 3, 2, 1. Okay, not that big of a difference there. Hopping out of this one, let's get into some other applications. We can try Roblox, 3, 2, 1. I don't think I'm logged in here. I could be, but I really don't know. And I think I was, but then I got logged out. We can try Files, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Hopping out of here. Let's try some other applications. We can try Temple Run 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, definitely the iPhone 15 Pro is a faster one here for sure. As I mentioned before, you're definitely going to be getting the overall faster phone on the iPhone 15 Pro than on the iPhone 11 Pro. So, I mean, this is quite a bit of a difference there for sure. Hopping out of these two, you can try Facebook, 3, 2, 1. I might be logged in here, and I wasn't. But even then, you can see how much faster it is on the iPhone 15 Pro than on the 11 Pro. Same Wi-Fi they're connected to, same everything. Not too sure why that one glitched up there. Stack, 3, 2, 1. 15 Pro again is the faster one. 11 Pro slightly slower. Snake versus Blocks, 3, 2, 1. And the iPhone 15 Pro is the faster one there. And you can see between both glitching up a little bit. Definitely, for sure, good on both. Netflix, 3, 2, 1. 15 Pro again is the faster one. Hopping out of these two, we'll end it off with like Pew Pew or something like that, 3, 2, 1. And overall, I mean, this one I messed up, but overall, what I'll definitely tell you is the 15 Pro is probably the faster one every single which way you look at it. I think the 11 Pro is still a very good phone, but the 15 Pro is by far the faster one for sure. So that kind of covers it up there. Now, in terms of the cameras on the backside, like I mentioned, you're definitely getting the overall better camera setup on the 15 Pro as well. Wide ultra-wide telephoto lenses on both, 4K 60 on the front and the back, but the iPhone 15 Pro definitely has more capability here. Just look how much bigger the sensors are. Like, it's pretty crazy. With the iPhone 11 Pro, I think this was a very solid camera when it first came out, and I still think it holds up very, very well from that perspective. With the iPhone 11 Pro, you're getting 0.5x zoom on the outside, which is very nice. Zooming in, you do have 10x zoom. So this is a very nice, zooming in type of device that you have, which is very, very cool. You're still getting video mode, slow mode, time lapse, portrait mode, panorama mode, lots and lots of capability between these two devices, which is honestly very nice. And with a device like the iPhone 11 Pro, this is a very, very good type of device with a lot of capability. And that's something personally to me that I actually like a lot. And when I use the iPhone 11 Pro, that's why I say I had an amazing time with it. Now, with the iPhone 15 Pro, this is definitely a very solid camera that I have a lot of good times with, and I think this is a very, very solid device as well. So this thing you have, basically endless amounts of capability for the most part. You're now getting 15x zoom, so like whatever, 5x more zoom than the iPhone 11 Pro. You're still getting video mode and cinematic mode, which is very cool. Slow mode, portrait mode for video, portrait, mode standard. So lots and lots of cool stuff here. And definitely I would say the iPhone 15 Pro camera is by far the better camera, pretty much in every single way. And I'd probably say that the 15 Pro is a better phone in every single way. You're definitely getting the better phone from the iPhone 15 Pro than the iPhone 11 Pro. And that's just how it goes, I think that's a very good thing that this one has going for it, and that genuinely makes me very happy. When you buy a phone like the 15 Pro, you're going to have a device that pretty much will stand the test of time, which is beautiful. With the iPhone 11 Pro, I think this device is good. I think it's still a good phone, but the choice is clear, go for the 15 Pro. But there's a lot of phones in between. I think the iPhone 13 Pro, which I actually have right here, is a very solid phone, and I love the 13 Pro a lot. I'd probably recommend buying that phone, that sits right in the middle of these two. That one's probably the perfect one for a lot of people. So that's pretty much how it goes. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.